Have you ever noticed this? You wake up tired even after a good night sleep. You finish your work for the day and your minds keep thinking about unfinished tasks. And also, you sit with family and your thoughts are still about work. And this is one of the silent signs of chronic stress. And if this continues for a long time, it slowly drains both your health and happiness. But the good news is there is a way to break this cycle. Listen to this episode for the solution. Welcome to Inner Quest Healing Talks, conversations for stress to bliss. I'm your host, Ravindra Murthy. Today, we are going to talk about something many people experience, but very few truly understand. And that is chronic stress, which drains our health. So, what is the solution? It is a simple, sustainable work life balance. Yes, in modern life, work pressure, responsibilities, and expectations keep increasing. But if you're not careful, we may slowly lose something very important, our own well being. So let's understand why this happens and what is chronic stress. Of course, stress is not harmful always. In short bursts, stress can help us stay alert and focused. For example, before an important presentation or exam, a simple stress can increase attention and performance, which is called eustress. But the problem begins when stress becomes continuous in day-to-day life. This is when mind keeps on worrying about work, deadlines, responsibilities, expectations, and so on every single day. In that situation, the body remains in a constant state of alert, and the nervous system behaves as if there is always something urgent happening, and this over a period of time creates chronic stress. And when this stress continues for months or even years, it begins to affect several areas of our life. For instance, we may notice difficulty in sleeping, low energy throughout the day, lack of focus, reduced interest in activities you once probably enjoyed. And the body and mind never fully relax. And this is the place where, even after work is finished, the mind continues processing work related thoughts. And this slowly drains our physical and emotional energy. It used to happen to me as well. I used to start my day checking my emails and used to think about deadlines, project tasks throughout the day. I used to attend multiple meetings, both at office and at home, to manage expectations. Even at home, I used to think only about unfinished work and next day's plan and so on. After few years into this pattern, I started feeling constantly tired. Yes, I was also impatient with my family members and found it difficult to relax. And this was the chronic stress that slowly drained my health also. One of the biggest challenges with this is that it develops slowly and it's not overnight. And we assume that it is part of the modern work life and we have to excel, we have to take care of our career. However, our body continues to accumulate unwanted pressure, and eventually it starts affecting our health, relationships, and our overall emotional well being. So, becoming aware of this problem is the first step, and The solution is not quitting work. The solution is to create a sustainable rhythm between work and life. Work life balance is a term which we see and hear day in, day out in many places. It does not mean dividing time perfectly between work and home. Instead, it is basically a means to protect your energy, attention, and mental space. When personal and professional life support each other, stress reduces naturally. And with this, I have found three principles of sustainable balance. The first one is healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries protect your mental energy. For example, avoid checking work messages late night. It's okay. Allow yourself your time where work is not part of your focus, and this helps the mind to recover. Next, number two is to set clear priorities. Every task is not equally important in life. We have to understand that. And once we become aware of it, we start prioritizing our tasks. And when priorities are clear, we can spend our energy on meaningful work rather than constant urgency and try to do everything in a given point of time. And this reduces unnecessary pressure that gets built over a period of time within us. And number three is the mind-body renewal. Yes, simple activities to restore balance. It could be as simple as taking a brief, quick walk, meditation, spending quality time with family, listening to music, or even playing some musical instrument. And these nature of activities will recharge the mental energy and reduce the fatigue. So what did I do? I followed these steps. I created a small boundary between my work and home. I made it a point to stop checking work-related emails after 8 p.m. And I engaged myself in reading, music, and spending quality time with family. And I began to notice that within few weeks, my sleep quality got improved. My mood was more calmer and I was able to focus on my work more effectively than I used to do earlier. And this was the power of sustainable balance I understood. Success and well-being are not enemies. In fact, when your life is balanced, your work becomes more effective and more enjoyable. When mind is calm, creativity improves. Yes, and when body is rested, energy increases because you have an option to recharge. So, sustainable work balance allows both productivity and peace to exist together. Take a moment today and ask yourself a simple question. Is my current lifestyle sustainable for next 10 years? If the answer feels uncertain, start with one small change. Set aside 1 hour every day for rest, some personal time, and also reflection on what happened during the day. And this small activity itself can gradually transform the rhythm of your life. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might also be feeling overwhelmed by stress. This is your host Ravindra Murthy. Thank you for joining me today. Take a breath, take it slow, and remember, bliss begins